Hi everyone, welcome to the Britpop Buzz, the only channel dedicated to Britpop and 90s indie UK music. Welcome to this week's episode. I'm just going to have a quick rundown of what's going to happen in this episode. So we're going to start off looking at some news and announcements, 2 or 3 of them, and then we're going to look at this week's Record Collector magazine for an article put in there. So grab some snacks and let's go through them announcements first. First of all, last Friday, Suede HQ premiered Suede Live at Belfort Festival from 1997 on their YouTube channel. Suede played through their classics from their first 3 albums up to that festival in 1997. That is definitely worth checking out if you're a Suede fan, and there's a link for that down below. Find that down below. This week, a new late 80s, early 90s indie band popped up on my news feed, a band called Rig. I'd not heard of them before. Well, Rig will be releasing their debut album after 30 years. But well done guys for getting that out there and getting together to get this music out there. I'm sure you've got some fans who will remember you from the early 90s. Great guys, finally getting that music out there and available for fans and for new people like myself. Well done for that. And now I'm very interested in getting a hold of a copy and hopefully showing it on this channel. That album is called Perfect, and it is going to be released a week from today on the 27th of the 11th 2020. Now Rig can be found on Instagram, and they've got lots of pictures of gig reviews and themselves from when they was together from 89 to 92 on their Instagram page. I'll put a link in the description of that down below as well. So yeah, that'd be good. Also, 90s indie band Heavenly. Does anybody remember Heavenly? I've listened to a few of their songs. They're releasing a new compilation album. It's called About the Heavenly, the singles. It's got all their singles on it from the 90s. And it is being released on Damaged Good Records on blue vinyl and CD. It includes the singles Trophy Girlfriend and Space Manatee. So I'll put a link down to the website if you're a fan of Heavenly. I'll put a link to that down on the website as well. You can go by that. They're also on Instagram with pictures and other merchandise, so that's worth checking out. Now, last weekend, it should have been the Shine On weekend at Butlins Minehead, but it didn't go ahead due to COVID-19. But next year's weekend it is already looking like it will be incredible. It is stacked with bands like Cast, the Blue Tones, Milltown Brothers, Republica, and Space Monkeys, and that's just naming a few bands on what I've got written down. But for all you Kingmaker fans out there, they will be playing their debut album in full that weekend. Yep, in full. They'll be playing Eat Yourself Whole in full that weekend. So that's, if you like Kingmaker, I like the debut album. It's a great album. It's going to be an amazing weekend. And it's on the 12th to the 14th of November 2021 at Butlins Minehead. Tickets are available on their website. I'll put a link down to this as well below. It's going to be a cracking weekend. I'm going to try and get there. You need to try and get there. Get on the website, buy some tickets. I know places go fast, chalets go fast, so you need to be quick. They get snapped up really quick. You need to be getting down there. Also, on Monday, just gone, great news for fans of James and live music. James are going on tour next year with support from the Happy Mondays. That's great news, guys. You're getting on tour, you're getting out there amidst all the COVID. Hopefully it'll calm down. I hope it'll go ahead. Yeah, that's news and announcements for this week. If any bands out there, if any have seen this coming up and you've got some news and you want me to put it out there, just send me an email. There's a link to it on the page. I will give you a shout out. Right, so on to this week's main feature. where I'm going to be looking at an article in this week's Record Collector magazine. It is not the Sam Cooke one, it is not the Lennon one, it is this one at the top right here. It is there. I'm going to bring it in closer. All right, BRITPOP Rarities. So we're going to be having a look at that, and I'm going to cut to that. Let's jump in there right now. So we're going to be taking a look at this month's Record Collector magazine. Now, I don't normally buy Record Collector magazine. I have only picked it up for the BRITPOP Rarities article by Wesley Doyle. I have already had a quick look through to see if there's anything Britpop or 90s indie related before the article itself, and on the first couple of pages in, there's an advertisement for Manson's Clothes for Business 25th anniversary box set. Now, this does look like a quality box set, and I can't wait to get hold of this. Yep, it's definitely on my list of things to pick up either before Christmas or after Christmas. But yeah, I can't wait to get hold of that and show it on the channel. That's going to be absolutely awesome. So moving on, move forward to page 10. Oh, come on, fingers. On the indie section, there is an advertisement for Supergrass 2LP 3 CD live on other planets. There is James live on Extraordinary Times and Karis Matthews of Catatonia. So 3 albums there. Yeah, James, indie, yep, Supergrass, yep. So a little bit of page 10 there. Moves to page 24. Now, I myself am a CD collector, and on page 24 there is a nice little article about CD packaging and what people could do to make CDs more appealing with the rise of vinyl coming back. I found that very interesting. That's on page 24 if anyone wants to go check that out. Yeah, because I'm sure I know lots of people collect CDs, not just myself, and not vinyl, but a lot of people collect both. But as a CD collector myself, I found that very interesting. It was a nice little read before the main bit. If I move forward move forward a little bit, there is on this page. There is an advertisement I've already mentioned in this week's episode from Damaged Goods Records, and there in the corner is the Heavenly singles compilation album that is out now. It's on blue vinyl and CD, like I've already said. It's out. Actually, sorry, it's out on the 11th of December. So yeah. There is also an article on the next page by Luke Haynes from the Autos, and he's talking about the George Harrison album from 1974, Dark Horse. Luke Haynes of Autos fame. A Wesley Doyle article on the BRITPOP Rarities is over on page 68, and it opens up with this double page spread. On the first page, Junk Shop BRITPOP. Got some picture of some under the radar bands. Got Posh here in the corner. Posh of big in my opinion. I've become a big fan of Posh over the past few months, picking up their back catalogue. Then in the corner you have a band called Spearmint, and I don't have the Spearmint album from the late 90s, but I knit a story from a car boot sale a couple of years ago. I picked up Curve and Warm Jets from the same woman, and I tried to barter her down to, I think the Spearmint album was £4, and I tried to barter her down to £2.50. She originally agreed on £3.50, but I went back 40 minutes later, it was still there, and I said, look, I've only got this left, will you do it for that? And she said yes, but then as she was reaching across to give me it, she was going to give me it for £3, she actually changed her mind and said, actually, I don't want to give it to you, I want to keep it. She decided she refused to give me it, said, I'm going to keep it, I've changed my mind, I can't let it go, because it made so much sentimental value to her. She obviously had a personal connection to it, and she decided she wanted to keep it, so fair enough. I was a bit disappointed, but I got the Curve album and Warm Jets album offer. Yeah, that was a couple of years ago. Bridlington Carbu. Yeah, I haven't been to many of them this year. And we've got Rialto. Rialto, amazing album. If you do not have the Rialto debut album, go out and buy it now. You will not be disappointed. Not be disappointed. Underneath that we have Showgirls. Nice little band, didn't release much, but definitely under the radar, same as Posh, Pimlico, and We Are Pleb. 6 bands, very much not appreciated in the 90s. Definitely check them out. Now, this is an article by Wesley Doyle, and it's about these bands that flew under the radar. Some of them in this article are so obscure that you wouldn't know they existed, and a couple of these I hadn't heard of. And in his, I'm not going to read the article out word for word, I'll be here for hours. But I'm just going to give a brief rundown. He has a little bit of an introduction on the Britpop, what he thinks the origins of Britpop are, and then he has an interview with Martin Green of Smashing Club fame from the 90s, and together Martin talks about his album that he's brought out earlier in the year, his compilation album Supersonics, 40 Junk Shop Britpop Greats, which is a really good compilation album. I'm not going to talk too much about that now, I'll discuss that in another episode, but they have a good chat about it, and Martin talks about releasing his compilation album. Like I said, I'm not going to read this word for word. Go out and buy it yourself and you will not have wasted £4.95. So let's jump in. So there are 25 in all. It starts off in the late 80s with a band called Boy Wonder. Not heard of them. They've been making a bit of buzz on social media this week. People going back after reading this article and looking into them. 5:30, great band. Definitely should pick up their album Bed. It is worth a listen. Kinky Machine. Now Kinky Machine are the band that Louis Elliott from Rialto was the singer of before they became Kinky Machine. But I don't have anything of theirs yet, but I'm definitely on the lookout for it. And you've got Pulp. This is from 1992, so this is just before they started becoming bigger. £130. Oof, that's an expensive record, that. £130. Now the next 3 records, if you're a Britpop fan, they will not be obscure to you. You will know what they are straight away. We've got Suede the Drowners and Blurred Pop Scene. 2 songs, 2 singles. They are on my list of things I wanted to find out in the wild, sort of holy grails. I did not want to just go on eBay and pick them up. I can do that easy any day of the week. I'm still holding out for that. I'm going to get out next year and find them. I really don't want to just plump on eBay and find them. I want the thrill of the hunt. I want to be out there. I want to find them. Stereolab, French Disco. This is a great song. Great song. Elastica Stutter. I'm not the biggest Elastica fan, but it's okay. Tiny Monroe, very, very nice little band. Very right when he says part of the new wave of new wave. Little Britpop band, worth checking out. Showgirls, very good. The Weekenders, I'm sure if you've been on Twitter you'll have heard of the Weekenders. And Nancy Boy and Blessed Ethel. I've not heard of Nancy Boy either. Boys Wonder and Nancy Boy, 2 new ones on me. I have heard of everyone else. Don't know if they're new to you. Let's move over. Moving into peak Britpop territory now. We're in 1995. So we've got Spearmint already on the front. Blue Tones record. None of these seem to be that. £30 for that Spearmint one. £15 for the Blue Tones one.
Got a Powder record up here. Powder didn't release a lot, couple of singles, and then we've got, yeah, you probably know their song Aphrodisiac. That's more of their more popular one. Kaniki, yeah, very understated Britpop band, don't get mentioned a lot, but they pop up on a few compilations. Albums definitely worth picking up. Alvin Purple, a new one for me. I didn't know about these guys. I am looking into them. That's a new one on me. Menswear, I love menswear, and this year they've got a lot more exposure thanks to the re-release of the box set and the box set album that includes Hey Tiempo, the unreleased album that only got released in Japan, sorry. Worth picking up. Now the last two, Fluffy, I've heard a little bit about, but not a great deal. This is their single Hypersonic, £4.1995, still peak start of Britpop 1995. Shag, the Shag EP, never heard that. Might go try and have a look for that. It's a new one on me. Perfume, love it. I've heard of Perfume, I've heard a few of their songs. Very good band. Don't have anything by them. Pimlico, I have heard Pimlico. I've got a few Pimlico songs on a few compilation albums. Don't actually have anything of theirs physically. I've got, like I said, a few compilations. I forgot to say at the beginning that Wesley Doyle, was actually in Pimlico. So, yeah, this is his band. Slater, never heard of him. Into 1996 now. New one on me. A few new bands in this that I'm going to have to go check out. Finally moving up to 1997, so coming towards the end of Britpop there. Some will say it ended in 97, some say it ended in 98. I think it ended in 98. But here's Earl Brutus, the SES and the glam that goes with it. Released. A very interesting picture of a lady with a moustache on the front of that. Yes. So, it's 25 bands and singles altogether in the article. Don't go to the next page. Now I've added it up, and altogether, if you was to go out and buy all of these now, this is all on vinyl, it would cost you, according to this, £546. So it is a bit on the expensive side. I can't just go out and buy them after reading this. So, yeah. Pulp, £130 on its own. Suede, £30. Blur, £25. They're the start of Britpop. Stutter, 93, very early, £40. Everything else, 5 and 10. Tiny Monroe, under £3. Nancy Boy, £2. £2. 10 for the Weekenders, £2 for Blessed Ethel. So yeah, some very expensive, some very cheap, but altogether £546. So there you go. That's Wesley Doyle's article in Record Collector. I recommend you go out and buy it. It's a great read and definitely add something to your collection. Thank you for watching this episode of the Britpop Buzz, the only channel dedicated to Britpop and 90s UK indie.